Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to kind of showcase one of my L's. I consider this project a project that I absolutely loved the concept for, but I don't think it was marketed well on my end. I made these in 2024, about a few weeks before October started, so very late September. I launched these, and essentially I purchased a box from the Dollar Tree, and this was the container that I kept a kind of advent calendar, I want to call it, and I will unbox all of these and show them to you. But I did 3 different ones. I wanted to do a lot more, but I decided to just do a few to see if they would sell, if there would be any interest. And they didn't sell. And then I showed them again in 2025 on my Etsy shop, online, on Instagram, everything. And they still unfortunately did not sell. I think the problem was not just my marketing, but people didn't know what to expect. I should have really advertised these as more of mystery boxes versus advent calendars. And I think if I were to do this again, I would advertise it a lot more as a bookmark mystery box. So these were bookmarks. I essentially did 13 days of Halloween, and you picked the box, and inside were 13 bookmarks to open up leading up to Halloween night. I advertised them as advent calendars, and I think just a lot of people wanted to know, have a better idea of what was inside. And I don't think I did a good job with that. So anyway, we are going to open up every single one of them, and I will just kind of show you guys what I had in each of these boxes. And I think it's kind of fun to go through this and just kind of remember what I did and kind of go through my failures so I can maybe do better next time in the future. These I was so excited about, this vintage 1988 trick-or-treat gift bag ephemera. I am still going to keep these and just sell these individually on Etsy because I know collectors, junk journalers, crafters, I know they'll want them, and they're so cute. The colors are just so vibrant with these. So I'm still going to keep them. I'm not going to get rid of those. These I'm probably just going to sell individually. They're cute little ornaments that I had Mod Podged, and this is actually some old trick-or-treat vintage bags as well. And I just kind of cut them up, did some distress ink around them, and Mod Podged them to these wooden ornaments that I found at Dollar Tree. I included a ton of stickers, bookish stickers. These will just go in my Etsy orders. I always include little stickers with my Etsy orders, so we'll reuse those. And these are what the envelopes kind of look like. Every single one had a different style of envelope. I did distress ink. I really try to put a lot of effort to these, and unfortunately it just didn't work out, which is fine. We have to learn from our failures for sure. But I am going to be quiet for a little bit and just kind of go through this box and open up these different bookmarks and show them to you guys all together. So I started on the 19th, and you open up one every single day, and it leads to the 31st. All right, so as you can see, these are the 3 here. What I did with these is I took a magazine page from some old Martha Stewart Halloween magazines and just used this front and back cardstock and just kind of utilize the images here. Again, I would probably add tassels to these, but these are gonna go in my Etsy shop, and I will just have the add-on option of adding a tassel at checkout if someone wanted to do that. Then here, these all came from a children's Halloween book. So we have like the little ghost here. We have this little kid dressed up as like the devil with some bats and people looking in through the window. And then we have this pumpkin costume, kid with a pumpkin head on. Added some little background stuff here, and then on the back is just a purple plain cardstock. And I also used some distress ink on these. This is my Edgar Allan Poe kind of collection vibe, and I think these honestly could be sold all year long because they just have more of like a dark, like I said, a dark academia look, or a horror vibe or just vintage in general. I really wanted to make it look like the page was underneath and this was kind of like burnt through. So I did that with the distress ink, and even kind of looking at it at certain angles, you can kind of tell that. And then on the back side here, just beautiful pattern. I have a beautiful little crow stamp that I purchased online that I really, really like as well. And I love utilizing it with my Edgar Allan Poe pieces as much as I can. So those will definitely be going in the shop too. These will be added to the shop. I already have some listings. This is just VHS or DVD ephemera that are library index card catalogs. So you know how back in the day you would go in the library and you would look in the physical card catalog for something to find where it was in the library. Instead of going to a computer and typing in where to find it, we had to sift through these back in my day. And they also had these for VHS and DVD before transitioning to electronic. So we have The Count of Monte Cristo, Dracula, An Interview with a Vampire, all 90s movies, really good nostalgia. I already have a listing up of a ton of different movies, so I will just add this to my Etsy shop that way. Then we have this kind of green poison. I feel like if you were to walk into like a witchy shop, you'd see this kind of vibe, and the green really, really stuck out to me. And so I did use distress ink on this one. Again, just gonna add it to the Etsy shop as is, offer tassels with it as well if someone wanted to add a tassel, or I might do ribbon. I kind of switch it up. It depends on my mood, to be honest. I had 3 of these historic preservation stamps. They're all 3 different like scenery. You've got a building, a ship, and another building. And then I kind of had this, this is actually washi tape. And then I had some of this wrapping paper. It was like tissue style wrapping paper. So I included this along with these little stickers. These stickers were just bought off of Temu a long time ago, and I utilized a ton of stickers when I was doing this. And then we've got distress ink, and then just a plain brown cardstock for kind of our base. And here's another Edgar Allan Poe design. The other one leans in more to Raven. This leans in more to just him in general and his writings. Beautiful tissue paper. I don't have any more of that, I don't think, anymore, but really, really gorgeous. And then front and back with the purple, tons of distress ink. Really loved making those. Those are the purples and the oranges and the lime greens and the reds. I love those colors for more of a Halloween vibe. This is very traditional. These were made from old treat bags like this. Very, very traditional, simple, happy Halloween. I tried to have a few that were more like kitty-ish, and I feel like the bright neon colors kind of feel a little bit more appealing to like the younger crowd. So we'll put those up on the Etsy shop. This I feel like can be an all year long thing. Again, just more of like a dark academia, and really beautiful piece of the front and back cardstock. And I actually purchased this cardstock, I think, on Amazon many years ago, so I'm still going through it. It's like a glossy paper. And then this is just from old due date library cards or the back of books, you know, the little pieces of paper that show different dates. And I just pulled little pieces of that, ripped it, threw it on there with that diagonal look. Absolutely love that design. I'd like to make more of those, so I probably will expand on making more of those, because a lot of people do like the dates from the old library books. This is my Sleepy Hollow one. I'd like to make more of these. I just think I ran out of this paper, so I don't know where that paper is right now. But again, distress ink, Sleepy Hollow, really, really fun. This is front and back, and I liked the leaves and the flowers because I feel like it gives a little bit more of like the fall country scene. I tried to make it look kind of like the Johnny Depp movie, right? I really kind of wanted to match that aesthetic, I guess. So this is very heavily inspired from that movie. And then these I made from library checkout cards that were blank. I just kind of used them as cardstock. I used the back of them. The front of them I put cardstock over and then distress ink, so it still has that plain on the back there. And then we have this stamped Happy Halloween all over it, and then put the pumpkin on there. I have this huge pumpkin stamp. I absolutely love this stamp. but it's just so difficult to use because I typically make 2x6. That's typically my standard bookmark size, so it's just tough using it for anything else other than these types of 3x5 checkout card styles. But the 3x5 checkout card styles aren't as popular as my just traditional 2x6 size, so it's a little bit of a bummer, but that's fine. And then we have this, which was heavy on like the witchy theme. I absolutely love these. They're so cute and fun. I did not distress ink the outside lining of these stickers. I kind of wish I would have because they're almost a little too bright compared to the cardstock on the back, but these are very simple. I try to always have a mixture of like really intricate busy designs and then more simple designs. I personally really love simple designs, but I know not everybody is like that. Some people really like the collage, junk journal, all over the place type of design. Again, I would probably just add tassels to these. I have a ton of black tassels, and I know a lot of people like having tassels with their bookmarks, and some are like me and don't like it. So everybody's a little different. And then here I used my plain purple cardstock, and these are, again, old Trick or Treat bags. And the Trick or Treat bags will get listed as well onto Etsy. I think I said that earlier. These are gorgeous. I absolutely love these, and I would like to make more. I don't know how many bags I have, but I would like to make more and get them listed up as well. Halloween, fall, dark academia, horror type of stuff is my favorite to make. It's my favorite genre. It's what I truly enjoy, but I try to keep a variety in the shop, obviously. I'm gonna get all of this listed up on the shop. If there's anything that you're interested in, come check out my shop. It will be in the description of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little unboxing of my products that didn't sell, and I will see you in the next video.